The hard facts, viewers, from the CNN News 18 Federal Bank Primetime Studio. Friends, viewers, Congress Scion Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has put New Delhi in a difficult position by lashing out at key ally Israel. In a post on X, Vadra, while commenting on the ongoing war in Gaza, described Israel as barbaric in its pursuit of justice. In the same post, Vadra cast aside all diplomatic pretensions, also launched a scathing personal attack on Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, linking him to what she described was, quote, genocide, unquote, in Gaza. Curiously, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra did not think it necessary to condemn Islamist terror organization Hamas for launching the October 7 attack on Israel. Hamas, that controlled Gaza and gleefully claimed responsibility for murdering innocent Israelis and kidnapping over 200 people, a majority of them Israelis, to hold them hostage. Despite being turfed out of Gaza by Israel, the Hamas has refused to release all the hostages. Nonetheless, that hasn't dimmed Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's ardor for the cause of Palestine. She said, women and children killed, horrific genocide taking place in Gaza. She goes on to say, must condemn Israel's genocidal actions and force them to stop it. Israel's actions are unacceptable in a world that professes civility. Shame to watch Israeli Prime Minister given a standing ovation at the US Congress. Netanyahu, his barbaric government and their barbarism supported by West. Viewers, this in sum is Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's take on the war in Gaza. Undoubtedly, Vadra's attack on Israel for pursuing the legitimate defense of its sovereignty will resonate with Muslim audiences in India and the Islamic world. But it has almost immediately triggered a war of words with the BJP, hitting back at the Congress side. Listen in. The BJP has slammed the Congress's duplicity, says what Hamas did on 7th October to women and children wasn't barbaric. Channi has a soft corner for separatism and terror of Amrit Pal. Priyanka Gandhi has a soft corner for global jihad. This is what Shahzad Poonawalla, the BJP national spokesperson, said. While Israel is yet to respond to Vadra, there is little doubt Tel Aviv will be extremely upset at her one-sided castigation. Any other senior leader conscious of diplomatic consequences would have been careful not to embolden the Hamas. We must not forget that the Hamas not struck on Israeli soil. Gaza wouldn't have seen a ground invasion. Hamas, that ruled Gaza, is a terrorist organization that is strikingly anti-Semitic and has sworn to eliminate every Jew in Israel. Its slogan, quote, from river to sea, unquote, is a chilling invocation to the Holocaust. Yes, viewers, it seems that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has forgotten some of these important aspects. Hamas is a spin-off of the Palestinian branch of the Muslim Brotherhood. Hamas Charter is a xenophobic document that calls on all Muslims to kill all Jews. And those viewers today who try to draw a distinction between the so-called ordinary Palestine resident of Gaza and the Hamas are forgetting that a majority of Palestinians voted for Hamas despite its anti-Semitism. In fact, it went to the people with this promise, and the people voted it. So by extension, the people are also xenophobic towards Jews, viewers. Palestinian voters who back Hamas also endorse the genocide. June 2023 poll by Palestinian Center for Policy and Research showed 50% Palestinians support Hamas. Palestinians support Hamas because, viewers, they identify with their worldview. Hamas seeks solution to Palestine issue in line with the objectives of, quote, jihad, unquote. Hamas is designated terror organization by US and the European Union. Vadra's attack on Israel also comes on the day India marks the 25th anniversary of the Kargil triumph. This is a cruel irony. Of all nations, Israel's selfless and unconditional aid to India during the Kargil conflict proved crucial. Here's how Israel helped. And listen to this, viewers. The first hard fact, and I always bring you these hard facts so you can get closer to the truth. It helped with intelligence sharing. Israel provided India with critical satellite imagery and intelligence on Pakistani troop movements, allowing us to focus on where they were and attack them. Hard fact 2, military equipment. Israel supplied India with laser-guided missiles, unmanned aerial vehicles, surveillance equipment, thermal imaging cameras, all of which we didn't have. There was also, of course, logistical support. Israel helped India with logistics, including transportation and maintenance of military equipment. All of this added up to the effort, viewers, that allowed us to triumph against Pakistan. Let's open this up, viewers, because the fundamental question here that is being asked is whether the Congress is today so blinded by appeasement politics and vote bank politics. Don't forget, viewers, that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has an election coming up. She's going to be contesting very soon from Wayanad, where we all know, viewers, in some pockets there were sympathetic parades in favor of both Hamas and Palestinians, viewers. And that's on record. So let me just open this up and let's ask some basic questions. Let me first begin with Congress sympathizer and once a candidate also of the Congress party, Mr. Kamru Chaudhary. Mr. Chaudhary, I find this rather intriguing that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has been very selective in her attack on Israel. In fact, in all her tweets so far on this subject, she has never empathized with Israel for being the target of a vicious Islamist terror attack and a protracted jihad. Why is this, sir? Why is this selectivity? Yes, you can talk about, the loss of lives. You could say they're disproportionate, this, that, the other. One understands that. But why, without any reference to the fact that Israel was the first victim?
Thank you, Rahul, for bringing up an important topic for discussion. I was wondering why are we not discussing the atrocities committed on Palestinians so far in national debates, rather. At least one tweet of Priyanka Gandhi ji, and I'm proud of her for bringing up this issue, at least on the national debate. Our history with, first and foremost, a disclaimer. I am not here to condone any of the activities of the Hamas out here, nor I am sympathizing with whatever they have done with the Israelis or the Palestinians that they are facing right now. Secondly, you see, if you go to the long checkered history of our relation with Palestine, even in 1947, India voted for the partition of Palestine at the UNO. India was the first non-Arab state to recognize the Palestinian Liberation Organization as the sole and the legitimate representative of the Palestinian people in 1974. India was also the first country to recognize the state of Palestine in 1988. Then what suddenly changed in 2014 that we are importing around 30% of Israel's total exports of armaments? Why is it that we are having a yearly business of around $2 billion every year from Israel and enabling the mass genocide of Palestinians in Israel? Are we not a rogue state as declared by the International Court Justice supporting it, which stated that Israel is tantamount to the crime of apartheid? We know what happened to South Africa. We isolated the entire world, nations isolated South Africa till they came out of their apartheid regime. Now, why are the Zionists being so, poster boy of the Indian right-wing fundamentalist out here? What is the reason? Only reason that I can find out is the entire shift in the diplomatic policy is more rooted towards the domestic politics rather than any foreign policy considerations.
Kamru Chaudhary,
that's my limited point out here.
How are you drawing a distinction? First of all, Palestine, viewers, has backed Pakistan's position on Kashmir.
I don't want to get into
No, you have to get into it. If you're getting into it, then don't wear. One second. Do you back Pakistan's position on Kashmir? Kamru Chaudhary.
Pakistan is a terrorist.
Do you back?
State.
Okay, so then what does that make Palestine? Palestine backs Pakistan's position on Kashmir. What does it make it? An enabler of terrorist state?
No, you'd say.
I'm asking you, is it true or is it not true? Kamru Chaudhary, I'm asking you a
let's
fundamental
see
question
eye to
tonight.
eye.
I'm asking you a fundamental. You asked me to begin this debate. You are saying that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has done a stellar service in bringing out the facts. So let me. I'm asking you, sir.
Support Russia's
I am asking you, sir.
invasion of Ukraine? Yes or no?
I support Russia's interest, self-interest in defending its own territorial sovereignty any day, sir. Any day.
India
Now,
so
1
long,
minute.
according
I want
me,
to ask you a simple
support
question.
the
1
Palestinian
second.
cause
I want to
of a
ask you a
free
simple question.
and independent
I want to
country.
ask you a simple question.
Why
heart
is the right
No,
thing-
1 second. Your heart. No, sir, we can't speak over each other. I am not part of that cabal of anchors, sir, who yells and barks like a mad dog. I'm sorry. So either we have a sensible debate where you make a point and I contradict you and you explain yourself, or we can shout and we can have a nice time and waste the viewers' time and attention. So if you say that you want to have a meaningful debate tonight, I just want to ask you a simple question. Israel came to our aid. It allowed us to evict, it helped us rather to evict Pakistani terrorists and Pakistani army regulars from Kargil. We got rid of them. Thanks to the equipment that was supplied by Israel, no one else really came to the party. Let me tell you that, Mr. Chaudhry. No Palestinian was standing there, gun in hand, with Indian soldiers taking on the Pakistanis. The Pakistanis, in fact, got support from the Palestinians, not once, but 2 or 3 times, in different circumstances.
And so?
So, why should we go there? Why should we?
What,
hang on, 1 second, 1 second. 1 second, Mr. Chaudhry. 1 second. I just want to finish. I want to ask you.
कुत्ता का मुंह में हड्डी डाल दो वो चुपचाप बैठ जाएगा.
Look, viewers.
So India is being treated like a dog by Israel.
Look at this,
and you feel that
India is being treated like a dog by Israel.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
That's your
Let me bring
in.
Dr. Ranganathan into this. Why, Dr. Ranganathan, should we chase after why should we reduce ourselves to the bone in the mouth of a mad dog, says Mr. Chaudhry, Kamru Zaman Chaudhry, in all his wisdom. He hasn't addressed 2 fundamental questions. Why does Palestine support Pakistan's position on Kashmir? Why has Palestine repeatedly criticized India, even at the OIC, let me be honest, on Kashmir? And are we supposed to support all these, sorry to say, unalloyed characters who wield guns, go into other people's territories, rape their women, kill their young children in cradles, swear that they will drive people out of their homeland?
Good evening, Rahul. Good evening to my fellow panelists. It's terribly embarrassing and disappointing to see this, but at the same time, it's not unexpected. And I congratulate you for exposing the previous panelist in 1 sentence flat. If he is waxing eloquent about Indian-Palestine relationship, especially during the Congress regime for 60 years, and the moment you asked him, what is Palestinian position on Kashmir? Why does Palestine side with Pakistan? Why did Palestine side with Pakistan in 1971 when we were under attack? Then he is completely exposed. But that's the danger of bringing people who have their agenda of Muslim brotherhood, to a debate where you expect some kind of objectivity from such people. So yes, you won't get it. But let me concentrate on the issue at hand, because debate is more important than debating what others, say on a debate. I think let's talk about truth out here. In its zeal for domestic appeasement, and you mentioned that as well, Wayanad, Kerala, especially Kerala, where the former Hamas chief was invited to speak. Can you imagine? So in that zeal for appeasing those people, Priyanka Gandhi and Congress has chosen to attack the nation that itself was attacked in the most barbaric way. Can you imagine the people who suffered 1,400 deaths where babies were microwaved are being accused of genocide when they're defending themselves? And to do this on the day when we celebrate victory in the Kargil war, whose tide was turned. Rahul, I cannot continue like this. If
Mr.
you get
Chaudhry,
this,
Mr. Chaudhry, you think of a response. No, 1 minute, please. You think of a response. I will ask you to respond. Please don't interrupt Dr. Ranganathan. He never interrupted you, please. He never interrupted you, please. He didn't interrupt you.
I can understand that people belong to this global brotherhood are rattled by facts, but Rahul, we have to take that into account and suffer it. I suppose there's no other way for it. But as I was saying, for Priyanka and the Congress to do this on the day when we celebrate victory in the Kargil war, whose tide was turned decisively by Israel supplying us with weaponry, going against the world's sanctions against us. But I bet Kamru would have hated that as well, Israel helping us to win our Kargil war. I'm sure if you ask him, he'll say, no, we didn't want Israel's help. Israel shouldn't have helped
Bofors
us.
had to play in the Kargil war. Why are you
Bofors was not supplied by Israel, my dear friend. Oh my God.
So the war was won because of the Bofors. Now after 2014, we are listening that Narendra Modi won the war because he was the chief minister of Gujarat and he brought in some arms supply from
Mr.
Israel.
Mr. Chaudhary, relax. Just relax, please. Don't let facts get in the way, as Mr. Chaudhary believes, in the way of a good argument. Throw the facts out, cook up any old story and sit on national TV. That's not the way, sir. Doctor, yeah.
The only redeeming feature is he's not a lawyer. But anyway,
the people
let
will
us
decide.
also not forget, Rahul, either we have this debate with him, constantly interrupting.
It's not fair, Mr. Chaudhary. It's not fair.
Which one is it going to be?
Yeah.
This is so unfair.
Go ahead.
I was silent when he was, thank you. Let us also not forget that all our Arab friends, so-called friends, ditched us during our 1971 war with Pakistan, much possibly to the amusement of the panelists here. It was Israel that came to our help, despite America warning it not to. And these are the facts that emerged authoritatively from the explosive Haksar papers. So this is not a figment of some imagination or Congress WhatsApp forwards. And how did Congress repay Israel? By not backing it during its Yom Kippur war in 1973, when Pakistani pilots flew and bombed Israel to help Palestine. Rahul, I would like to make a few points here, and they need to be internalized because these are irrefutable facts, not opinions like the previous panelists. Number one, let us get our facts right. Hamas uses hospitals as ammo dumps and patients as human shields, rendering Geneva Convention invalid, whatever the other Hamas shills might say. And it is now clear that that Baptist hospital in Gaza was not bombed in an accidental Israeli airstrike, but rather got damaged through a Hamas stray rocket. But here's the thing, the Baptist hospital in Gaza was safe and functioning well till October 6, 2023, was it not? And it would have continued to be safe and function well beyond that, had Hamas not murdered 1,400 innocent Jews and microwave babies on October 7, 2023 and brought on this war upon itself. So let me be clear, Hamas alone is responsible for the Gaza tragedy, whatever the Congress might say. Number two, the Jews were in the land of Israel more than 1,000 years before Islam was even born. So this argument that these people bring up, that the land does not belong to Jews, is totally wrong. King David founded his kingdom 1700 years before Islam. And what is symbolized in the Israeli flag? The Star of David. The Jews were driven out of Israel 500 years before Islam, after the defeat of Simon Bar Kokhba in the Jewish-Roman War. Number three, while the Israeli Declaration of Independence Charter does not discriminate between Jews and Muslims, the Charter of Hamas, democratically elected, by the way, by the Palestinians, proclaims that the day of judgment will not come until Muslims fight Jews and kill them. Israel will continue to exist until Islam obliterates it, just as it obliterated others before it. Fourth, Israel has voluntarily given up the land, Sinai, West Bank, Gaza, that it had taken over after the Arab-Israeli wars. If it was the perennial aggressor, why would it do so? Number five, Israel believes in the two-state solution, where Israel and Palestine can live peacefully side by side. Hamas does not. Number six, Egypt has demolished thousands of Gazan homes along the Sinai border. Egypt has flushed out Gazan border tunnel, not Israel. And besides, why for 6 months after October 2023, Egypt and Jordan did not allow Palestinian refugees to enter their land? Especially when Rafah border crossing allows for civilians, not goods, to cross over. Have you ever wondered also why a small sliver of land surrounded by the richest, the wealthiest nations in the world, the Arab states, remains the poorest when the same nations have converted deserts into Dubai, and yet Gaza remains the poorest, filthiest, sickest, most dangerous place in the world? because they want to play the victim card, Rahul. Just like after they start the violence, kill Jews, they march down their dead killed in retaliatory Israeli action to show the world that Israel is the oppressor. They project Gaza as an open air prison and gutter because Israel has made it so. They care more about denigrating Israel than about developing Palestine. Finally, 10 seconds. Why doesn't Priyanka write against China that has interned 1 million Muslims in concentration camps and is forcibly sterilizing them and feeding them pork? If she has the guts, let her condemn China.
Viewers, this backing of Palestine, let's expose it. I have General Bakshi with me, and we also have the left leader, stalwart of the left movement, Vivek Srivastava, with us. General Bakshi, can you explain how the Israelis have helped our cause? Today, of course, is the 25th anniversary of Kargil. And we're speaking in the context of that. And today you have a Congress party scion who comes out and praises Palestine and repudiates Israel. This is the way we thank a country that helped us win a war? General Bakshi, can you explain to Mr. Chaudhary and the others and our guests why we should, at least on this day, say a word of thank you to Israel rather than abusing it?
Rahul, nations must give primacy to their own national interests. As far as the India-Israel equation is concerned, don't forget that it was in Mrs. Indira Gandhi's time that we had made the outreach to Israel. Moshe Dayan had come in Mrs. Gandhi's time to India. Clandestinely, the relationship had been established till we jettisoned all pretense and came out in the open to safeguard and to stand by our own national interests and to give them primacy. Israel has stood by us in every conflict. In the Kargil conflict, when we needed the ammunition for the medium guns, when we needed ammunition for our 120 millimeter mortars, when we needed the UAVs, when we needed the laser guided bombs, because the Pakistanis, we were told those were terrorists who had come in to occupy the heights. It was the Pakistan Northern Light Infantry, and they were equipped with shoulder-fired anti-aircraft SAMs, and they had knocked out our MiG-21. We lost a MiG-23. We lost 2 helicopters. That is the time the Air Force had to fly above the SAM envelope. Who gave us the laser-guided bombs? On priority, delivered it to us so that it could be used to hit the Munthodalo base, logistic base of the terrorists, and it is that interdiction effort that helped us to win that war. So, what have the Palestinians given to us for our unstinted support for all these years? They have always sided with Pakistan. They have always reviled and abused India on the issue of Kashmir, Rahul, it bears mention. I want to tell you of that little story. There was the child who shot both his parents and then pleaded in the court for mercy on the grounds that he was an orphan. Right? We have a set of Rudalis in Palestine who firstly want to provoke Israel, kill about 1,200 of their citizens, and take about 250 as hostages. They would have killed a lot more. And then they want to bomb, use rockets to spray the Israeli settlements, and you expect Israel not to hit back? So Israel is beleaguered on all sides.
So let me ask, and it's finally finding an existential
battle. Replication of the American universities where the Muslim
let me ask some. I think you made a very valid point,
held that
General.
Nation to hostage.
General Saab, you made a very valid point, and I want to bring in Vivek Srivastava. Vivek Srivastava, would you support a country that gets up and votes alongside Pakistan in the United Nations against us? A simple question. Would your heart bleed for that country? Just answer me yes or no, please.
No, there's no yes and no.
There is no yes or no.
I support the cause of Palestine.
I'm not asking you to talk about Palestine. I'm only asking you a very simple question.
Yes.
Would you support a country, a nation, a people, an entity that stands with Pakistan in the United Nations and votes against India? Simple question, yes or no?
Obviously not, but
Obviously,
I would like
then
to
stop.
go. But
then
I would
stop.
like to go
No,
into
I'm
the
not
details
asking
as
you
to
any
why
more
it did
questions.
so.
One second.
Diplomacy is something.
One second. Viewers, Vivek Srivastava says that I will never stand with any entity, nation, whatever, yada, yada, that votes alongside Pakistan in the United Nations. Now, let me tell you a few things, viewers. We are shedding massive crocodile tears. They're so heavy that Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is today soaking in empathy for the people of Palestine. Now, let me give you a bit of a history lesson. In 2019, this is, viewers, think about it, 20 years after what happens in Kargil, Palestine UN Ambassador Riyad Mansour expressed support for Pakistan's position on Kashmir during the UN Security Council meeting. UN Security Council meeting, viewers, where we don't have just Pakistan, but we have that wretched country called China, which is butchering its own Muslims, and Chaudhry and Srivastava are silent about that.
No, we are not silent.
No, okay. You'll call it a fake news.
No.
In 2020, viewers, 4 years back, President Mahmoud Abbas of Palestine reiterates Palestine's support for Pakistan's stance on Kashmir during a meeting with Pakistan's Prime Minister Imran Khan. Can you believe it, viewers? You are shaking hands, supping soup and eating biryani with Imran Khan. And here Priyanka Gandhi Vadra is getting emotional about Palestinians and their cause. Their cause, viewers, has always been against India. Now let me bring more facts to the table. Palestine has voted in favor of Pakistan's position on Kashmir at international forums like the United Nations. Palestine has expressed support for Kashmiri people's right to azadi. So it actually wants India to be broken up, viewers. And it opposes India's administrative control over the region. It says, India, get out of Kashmir. This, viewers, is who we are shedding these crocodile tears for. Mr. Srivastava supports the Palestinian cause that wants to undermine India. Viewers, no, 1 second. What are you going to speak about? 1 second. Palestine is still seeking the recognition as a sovereign state of Kashmir, even today. Viewers.
Now let me start.
No, hang on.
Yeah.
And Palestine and Pakistan, viewers, have maintained historical ties from 1947 onwards without a year's break. The Palestine also opposed India's invitation to the OIC. Can you believe it, viewers? And yet, our heart is bleeding for Palestine. And the same Palestinians who voted for Hamas that has ties, cross-continental ties with terror groups. So an Indian soldier can get martyred at the hands of this great Islamist fundamentalist jihad, Ghazwa-e-Hind. That doesn't matter. But one Palestinian is killed. That becomes a major issue. Viewers, I think we should mark the anniversary of Kargil every day with patriotic fervor so that all these individuals who have a problem are exposed. In fact, viewers, we should celebrate October 8th, the day Israel retaliated, as a day where the world took a stand against Islamist extremism. Every day we should celebrate that day. But here, viewers, the Congress party is standing with an entity that wants to break India. Think about that, viewers. I'll leave it at this. We'll take a short break. We're coming right back because there are still more questions to be asked. Don't go away.
We see that the heavy rains have been experienced, which is where not only Pune but also Raigad, schools in Raigad have also been declared off for today, considering the heavy rains. Yes.
Also, Yesha, what is the situation looking like in Mumbai? Considering a little bit of rain, especially in low-lying areas, really spells a lot of havoc there. It is a trouble for commuters, to say the least. So what is the situation there?
So yes, of course, there's been incessant rains in Mumbai ever since late last night. However, as of now, schools and colleges have been kept. As of now, there is no holiday declared for schools and colleges. But of course, several low-lying areas, like you rightly mentioned, including Andheri subway and several such locations, they've been there is waterlogging that's been experienced, and such subways have been shut. So yes, though we see that when it comes to local trains, it's the lifeline of Mumbai. That in fact impacts the most.
Okay.
That impacts the commute most in Mumbai. As of now, those are running well, but when it comes to several low-lying areas, there is waterlogging that's already started in several parts of the city. Yes.
Right, thank you so much for that, Yesha. Let me also take this across to my colleague Vivek Gupta from News 18 India, who's with us on the broadcast. Vivek, the situation in Pune and other adjoining areas has really worsened. Orange and red alerts for Navi Mumbai as well. What is it looking like for this entire week, considering there's one more day for the schools to probably be allowed to not function because of the rain? So what are you learning in that regard?
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। देखिए, पुणे में कल देर रात से काफी ज्यादा तेज बारिश हो रही है और इतनी ज्यादा बारिश होने की वजह से पुणे कलेक्टर ने डिसाइड किया है कि सभी स्कूलों को अब पुणे में बंद कर दिया गया है और पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के जितने भी आसपास के इलाके हैं वहां पर फ्लडिंग हो रही है। फ्लडिंग की वजह से रोड और घरों तक पूरा तरह से पानी भर चुका है। लोगों को काफी ज्यादा परेशानी झेलनी पड़ रही है। इसी वजह से अब पुणे कलेक्टर ने एक एडवाइजरी जारी की है और साफ तौर पे कहा है कि पूरे पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रेड अलर्ट घोषित कर दिया गया है। सभी स्कूलों को बंद कर दिया गया है, जिसके बाद जो भी इमरजेंसी काम ना हो अपने घरों से बाहर ना निकलें, क्योंकि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात यह है कि खड़गपासला डैम से 40,000 क्यूसेक पानी को छोड़ा जा रहा है। अगर बारिश इसी तरह कंटिन्यू रही तो पुणे के आसपास के इलाकों में और भी पानी भर सकता है। यही वजह है कि पुणे कलेक्टर ने सभी लोगों से कहा है कि कोई भी जरूरी काम ना हो तो अपने घरों से बाहर ना निकलें, गवर्नमेंट और प्रशासन की हेल्प करें और गवर्नमेंट और जो वहाँ के लोकल म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है वो अपनी पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं जो फ्लडिंग एरिया है वहाँ से जल्द पानी को निकाला जा सके। लेकिन अब जो स्थिति है वो ज्यादा अच्छी नहीं दिख पा रही है। कई इलाकों में खासकर जो लो लाइन इलाके हैं पुणे और पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के, वहाँ पे काफी ज्यादा पानी भर चुका है। जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि खड़गवासला डैम से 40,000 क्यूसेक पानी छोड़ने की वजह से जो फ्लडिंग है वो और भी होती जा रही है और पूरे पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रेड अलर्ट घोषित किया गया है।
राइट, ऑल्सो विवेक, क्या मुंबई की अगर बात करें तो क्या स्थिति है और स्पेशली लो लाइंग एरियाज के लिए क्या एडवाइजरी है?
देखिए, अगर खाली हम मुंबई की बात करें तो सुबह 8 बजे से पहले मुंबई में येलो अलर्ट था, लेकिन कंटिन्यू बारिश होने की वजह से अब जो है वो जो येलो अलर्ट है वो और
Viewers, the nation is marking the 25th anniversary of the Kargil war. It was the day when Indian forces smashed the treachery of Pakistan and its cowardly soldiers who had tried to sneakily claim Indian territory. Speaking on the occasion, the Prime Minister struck a patriotic high note commending the courage of India's brave soldiers. The Prime Minister also saluted the sacrifices of our bravehearts and celebrated their monumental feat that saw Pakistan being routed at its own treacherous game. Listen in.
पाकिस्तान ने अतीत में जितने भी दुष्प्रयास किए उसे मुंह की खानी पड़ी है, लेकिन पाकिस्तान ने अपने इतिहास से कुछ नहीं सीखा है। वो आतंकवाद के सहारे, प्रॉक्सी वॉर के सहारे अपने आप को प्रासंगिक बनाए रखने का प्रयास कर रहा है।
Viewers, while the Prime Minister was standing rock solid behind India's brave hearts, the Congress party, for instance, couldn't bring itself to condemn its own MP for hailing an allegedly Pak-sponsored terrorist and self-proclaimed fanboy of the dreaded Pakistani separatist zealot Jarnail Singh Bhindranwale. Watch as the Congress shiftily distance itself from its own MP Charanjit Channi. who got up in Parliament, no less, to advocate for Amrit Pal Singh, who has vowed to carve out a Sikh nation from the Indian Union. Listen to the Congress views.
ये उनकी अपनी स्टेटमेंट है, उनके पर्सनल व्यूज हैं, उसके बारे में कुछ नहीं कहूँगा.
See the statement of Chenny and see the statement of Bittu. Who is anti-national? Tell us. Chenny given a personal remarks.
Personal remarks. They are hiding behind that, viewers, that schoolboy excuse. Now listen to the outrageous backing given by Congress MP to Amrit Pal Singh. That too on the eve of the Kargil anniversary. Remember, it's men like Amrit Pal Singh who exhort youth to attack the Indian state and are the reason for why our bravehearts have to pay the ultimate sacrifice. Watch this, viewers. This is Channi.
द्वारा पंजाब में मेंबर पार्लियामेंट चुना गया और वो एनएस से लगाकर अंदर रखा हुआ है. फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच, उसकी कंस्टिट्यूएंसी के लोगों की बात यहां नहीं रख पा रहे. ये भी emergency hai.
Indeed, on the one hand, the Prime Minister stands with our forces, and on the other hand, mainstream parties like the Congress use taxpayer money to subsidize the expenses of known extremist elements and sectarian forces. In Telangana, for instance, the Congress government there has decided to splurge 2.4 crore on the Tablighi Jamaat, an organization that has seen many from its cadre fight Indian forces in Kashmir. Yes, viewers, is this justified? Tablighi Jamaat banned in many Muslim nations as teachings considered too extremist. Saudi government has called Tablighi Jamaat as one of the gates of terrorism. Founders of Harkatul Mujahideen involved in IC-814 hijacking were Tablighi Jamaat members. Tablighi Jamaat cadre active in Islamist terror attacks in Kashmir. WikiLeaks said some 9/11 suspects detained in Guantanamo stayed in Tablighi Jamaat premises in Delhi. In 2020, MHA blacklisted 2,550 foreign Tablighi Jamaat members and banned entry for 10 years. Viewers, what's happening here? What's happening here? Terror apologists are betraying our forces in their fight against those that want to undermine the sovereignty and territorial integrity of our country. How do we view this? I want to bring in left leader Vivek Srivastava, senior left leader. Sir, the Congress cannot bring itself, your own ally cannot bring itself to take a stand, a firm stand and condemn what Channi has said about Amrit Pal Singh.
You see,
it is supporting the Tablighi Jamaat.
Yes, Rahul, now let me speak. See, first of all, Mr. Channi, the Congress party, the left and the parties of the India alliance, I think, बड़ा पुराना सा एक राग हो गया है that we are all anti-nationals, we are all Chinese agents, we support China, we are all anti-India. I think we need to get over this whole rhetoric. If you are trying to say that the Congress party and Mr. Channi are Khalistani supporters, they want to break India and they support sedition, I do not know what to say. And that is not the case. Mr. K.C. Venugopal and Mr. Jairam Ramesh have both said that he spoke it in his personal capacity, even if he had not. I want to ask a very simple straight question. Why was he allowed to contest the elections? The BJP spokespersons will get back and say he was allowed to contest elections because the Election Commission of India, it's an independent body and the government never interferes. The Election Commission of India allowed him to contest the elections because for 1 year the NIA has not framed a charge sheet against him. And they are keeping him in cold storage
against him.
Sir,
there is a charge sheet, there's supplementary. No, there is a supplementary. 1 second, sir. This lie needs to be exposed.
No,
there is a
supplementary.
Let me just give me 30 seconds. I'm not talking about the NIA here.
Yes.
I'm talking about the fact that a supplementary charge sheet has been filed against this man, Amrit Pal. And viewers, it is for arms possession and several other offences.
That was filed by the Punjab police in the beginning. The NIA has not done
it. Your point is just because he's allowed. No, one second. One second. Does that excuse?
Yeah.
Does that excuse the Congress MP support for this man?
I think the
and
BJP,
his ideology.
Yes or no? No, sir.
Answer me.
Yes or no? You listen to me now.
Answer me.
The BJP kept him.
Answer me, sir.
The BJP kept him and let him fight elections and then to keep him as a pawn
BJP
for furthering its cause in the
elections.
Punjab politics in the future.
Okay.
That is the game.
Dr. Ranganathan, respond, sir.
Yes, no, and I hope I get 2 minutes of uninterrupted time, because cleverly my good friend and comrade, my dear friend Vivek, is deliberately in the studio. He cannot be faded out. So please, I request not to be interrupted. Thank you. And I wholly agree with my good friend Vivek when he says that he is not anti-national. Of course, he is not anti-national, Rahul. He loves his nation, China. Now, I want to show something out here. Can you see this? These are the world famous mosques in China of Dudian and Viju. The domes are gone.
I mean, Anand, you are diverting
again.
Same rhetoric, same point, debate after debate, debate after debate.
Listen
Get up with something new.
Listen to him.
Again, I'll give you the same answer as American propaganda.
See, again, Vivek Srivastava ji, no, 1 second. You are interrupting him. Let him finish. Let him finish his point. Sir, debate mein kya hota hai? One person speaks, one person listens, then one person rebuts, the other person who was speaking listens. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, start again.
Please don't be rattled. You will get a chance to embarrass yourself. Please wait for a minute. So, as I was saying, Rahul, these are the mosques in China. The domes are gone, the minarets are gone. 1,700 mosques have been either demolished or restructured. 1.5 million Muslims in China are in concentration camps. And this is not just American propaganda. These are left-leaning Guardian and Independent and other agencies have also corroborated this. The fact of the matter is that Vivek loves his country so much that chew nahi niklega. Number 2. Is this also American propaganda that in 1962 and during the Indo-China war, when a very tall leader, communist leader, Mr. Achyutanandan, who later on went to become the Chief Minister of Kerala, he decided to organize blood donation camps for our brave Jawans. He was demoted by the Communist Party. They said, how dare you organize?
No, they never said, how dare you? You don't even know the reason.
So let him finish.
No, you don't even know the reason.
See, you can respond. I will give you the opportunity.
Why was it demoted? Do you know that?
Sir, let him finish his points. You make a note. Here, I'll give you a pen, paper.
I'm
Please make your note. I'm making my notes. You make your notes.
Everything is, yes. Okay. So let Vivek answer on just 2 points.
Yes.
Are or are not mosques in China being demolished and restructured by Chinese authorities? Yes, are 1 million Muslims not interned in concentration camps?
What is the relationship between a Chinese mosque and Amrit Pal Singh? That is my question to you.
This is what he does. This is what he does.
What is the relationship between a Chinese mosque and Amrit Pal Singh?
This is the second time in a row he's come to the studio because he cannot be faded out. It is free for all. He will keep on interrupting.
I mean, speak something new.
Did I interrupt you? Did I interrupt you? I didn't interrupt you.
But please give me, speak something new, something different for the viewers.
You know, this is the problem.
Okay,
something different he wants. For 100 years, he's been waxing eloquent on Marx. And now he wants others to say something different. Now, please listen to me. Have patience to listen. Yes, it's good that you're smiling. Now, let me come to Amrit. Okay, Vivek, will you please condemn the fact that this guy is openly secessionist? It may be that it is his freedom of speech. It is irrelevant whether he fought for elections because he's not been convicted yet. But is it or is it not a fact that he wants the destruction, the division of India? Why don't you say so if you have the guts?
Yes.
But I know you wouldn't.
Okay.
I know you wouldn't.
Okay.
Because
I will condemn him. I will condemn him. I will condemn him as somebody who speaks anti-India, provided you condemn the government of India for letting him fight an election, not filing a charge sheet, protecting him so that they can use him to further their cause in Punjab politics. Criticize the BJP and the government now.
Now, please, listen to me. Listen to me. He is not the first openly secessionist element to stand and win for election. There is another person, as I speak, an MP, Mr. Mann, who also openly wants the division of India. The point of the matter is, according to Indian law, if you are not convicted, you can stand for election and even win it. And for all those people who say democracy is dead in India, what better example of democracy do you have? And openly people who want to destroy India can stand for elections.
No, hold on, sir. That means the fact that these visuals where CNN is showing us that he is wearing a turban like Bhindranwale, speaking the same language, trying to speak out the same ideology. I mean, that is something, it's okay. And the BJP government is going to sit down and wait and watch and let something bad happen in the nation. Let him fight elections, come to the parliament, represent the people. Are you trying to say that?
Can you name one BJP leader who has come up and said that what Amrit Pal has done is a good thing?
No, it's, I mean, they are protecting
I'm
him.
asking you.
They are protecting him.
Give me an answer.
Sir, I have given
Give
you
me
the
an
answer.
answer.
It
Give
is
me an
not a
answer.
question of saying it verbally. They are
Viewers,
protecting him.
No
He's
BJP
safe and
leader,
sound
no
enjoying the
BJP
jail.
leader has stood up and
Can I-
said
yeah.
what this gentleman is saying.
No,
One
of
second, one
course.
second. No, this gentleman here, Mr. Mr. Srivastava, is making us all now, viewers, go down this little rabbit hole. You see, viewers, this is where the duplicity also of the Congress comes out. And let me tell you, viewers, you're talking about someone protecting somebody, mainstreaming a separatist. Do you know, viewers, that before the elections in 2021 in Punjab, or was it 2022 in Punjab, viewers, an open Khalistani sympathizer called Sidhu Moosewala was given a ticket, viewers, by the Congress party. You have any doubts? Listen to his music. General Bakshi, you can't have a situation where you position yourself as a defender of Agniveers, but in Parliament stand up and advocate for those who will waste no opportunity to pull a trigger to murder an Agniveer in the name of separatism. Who is trying to fool whom, General Bakshi?
Look, Rahul, here is a person who has waged war against the state, attacked a police station. He is a person who had gone to Dubai, was driving trucks there, when he was picked up by the ISI for his uncanny resemblance to Bhendrawale, tall, thin, and he had shaven off his hair, which is a cardinal sin for a Sikh. And, because those are the 5 Ks. And he was picked up by the ISI. He had a turn of heart and he became an absolute out and out, Sikh who was trying to now wage a war ostensibly against drugs. It is the same ISI which parachuted him into Punjab that every day sends quadcopters loaded with drugs, with ammunition, with IEDs, with arms, equipment and cash for reviving the K2 plan, the Kashmir Khalistan plan in the Punjab. This man is not only a secessionist, he is a collaborator of the ISI waging war against the state. I fail to understand how this man was allowed to stand for elections, and now that he is where he belongs, behind the bars, I fail to understand why people must come up and drum up in his support. I mean, it beggars the imagination.
So
you can't have a person waging war against the state.
Can you believe it?
Then, coming and adorning the hall of parliament.
So let me ask the gentleman, Mr. Chaudhary, Congress sympathizer, Mr. Chaudhary, you are shedding tears for Agniveers day in and day out. Your MPs are supporting those individuals who are the reason for the bereavement of hundreds of Agniveers families. You are paying money to the Tablighi Jamaat, whose cadre have been part of terrorist movements in Kashmir, killing our Agniveers there, our braves. Who are you trying to kid? And you can't even take a position against an individual who in Parliament stands up and supports those who want to split India? And you are talking about the welfare of Agniveers? Explain to the viewer.
Yeah, what to explain out here, Rahul? Such a false equivalence you are bringing out here.
Oh, false
But let me address the first things first.
Right.
First things first. Mr. Charni has issued a statement citing a very wrong example of Amrit Pal Singh. The Congress party has distanced itself. An official statement. No, let me finish, Rahul. This is not fair. May I request your producer?
I'm not interrupting you. I'm only repeating the word, underlining it.
Please,
Distanced
please
itself.
Don't block the flow of thoughts here.
Yeah, sorry.
The basic question, I just request your producer, such a important topic, 30 minutes is not enough.
Okay.
At least to bust some lies of the panelists out here.
Right.
Now listen to me. If Mr. Channi had committed a blunder by citing a wrong example in the parliament, may I know what the Bharatiya Janata Party will do against the sitting union minister, Mr. Ravneet Bittu, who issued the same statement in support of Amrit Pal Singh, a terrorist under NSA, booked under NSA? Was there any official statement coming from the great pseudo-nationalist party of Bharatiya Janata Party against Ravneet Bittu? He is not even elected also. He is just selected and parachuted into the Council of Ministers. Now, what action is the Bharatiya Janata Party taking out?
Very quickly,
Coming to the
Dr.
second
Ranganathan.
point.
No, very quickly. I've run out of time. Dr. Ranganathan, very quickly, 30 seconds. Yes.
Yes, much as you know, and everyone on the panel also knows how much I respect and revere General Bakshi. He stood for us. He has saved our lives. And it is an honor to be on the same panel as him. But respectfully, sir, I must disagree with him, because in India, a man is innocent until proven guilty, and he can stand for elections until he is not convicted. So by law, Mr. Amrit Pal Singh has every right to stand for elections and even win it.
So you endorse Channi and what
Okay, viewers, let me one minute. Viewers, I'm wrapping out. I just want us to take quick account of this last 1 hour broadcast. You have a situation where Vadra supports the Palestinians that back Pakistan on Kashmir. Think about that over Israel, a friend. And then you have a party that backs an individual called Amrit Pal Singh, who has vowed to wage war against all our brave hearts to liberate Punjab from India. And viewers, the funny thing is, they talk about the interests of Agniveers. If there was ever a dichotomy, here it is. I'll leave it at that, viewers. Up next, Anand Narasimhan with the right stand.
हो चुका है और आईएमडी के लोगों का कहना है कि सुबह 10 बजे तक ये येलो अलर्ट होगा। 10 बजे के बाद फिर से मॉनिटरिंग की जाएगी सिचुएशन को। उसके बाद कॉल जाएगा कि येलो ऑरेंज अलर्ट को आगे मॉडिफाई करना है या नहीं। इसी वजह से मुंबई के भी कई इलाकों में बारिश हो रही है, खासकर जो लो लाइन इलाके हैं, कुर्ला, चेंबूर, विक्रोली, घाटकोपर, इन जगहों पर वाटर लॉगिंग की थोड़ी थोड़ी जो शिकायतें वो आ रही हैं। लेकिन फिलहाल अगर बात की जाए तो ऑरेंज अलर्ट है। जो सबब की बात करें तो मिलन सबवे, अंधेरी सबवे, खार सबवे को बंद कर दिया गया है, क्योंकि इस पूरे सबवे में पानी भर चुका है। और यही कोशिश की जा रही है कि जो बीएमसी ने मानसून से पहले जो तैयारियां की थी, हर जगह वाटर पंप लगाए गए हैं, उन सभी वाटर पंप के जरिए से पानी को निकाला जाए। लेकिन ऑरेंज अलर्ट होने के बावजूद भी मुंबई और आसपास के इलाकों में तेज बारिश हो रही है। नवी मुंबई और थाने, इन दोनों डिस्ट्रिक्ट को रेड अलर्ट में रखा गया है। वहां पर भी बहुत ज्यादा तेज बारिश हो रही है कल रात से।
Right. Thank you so much for that, Vivek. And on that note, we are slipping into a very short break. Coming right back. Now getting some breaking news from Maharashtra. Schools in Pune, Pimpri, Chindwara and nearby areas have been shut today as rains batter the region. Besides Pune city, the order to shut schools also applies for Pimpri, Chindwara, Bor, Vele, Mawal, Mulshi and other areas of Maharashtra. In fact, the Met Department has issued an orange alert for Mumbai and Palghar, and there has been a red alert that's been issued for Navi Mumbai and Thane. My colleague Yesha has more details. Yesha, what is the situation of the rainfall in the region? And now that we see orange and red alert in various places in Maharashtra, what is it looking like for not just the schools being shut, but also for general colleges and offices that will be allowed to function?
So when you speak of the situation of rains in not only Mumbai but various parts of Maharashtra as of now, of course, heavy rains continue in most of the parts of the state. Particularly when you speak of Pune, Mulshi area as well as Baudhan, apart from that Raigad area, is where we've seen waterlogging. In fact, in several places in Pune, waterlogging is there's 2 to 3 feet waterlogging where there are several NDRF teams which have been deployed in and around Pune to rescue people. Apart from that, of course, there are we also see that there is a heavy rain alert for the next 48 hours. In the entire state of Maharashtra, in Raigad as well, we see that the heavy rains have been experienced, which is where not only Pune but also Raigad, schools in Raigad have also been declared off for today, considering the heavy rains. Yes.
Also, Yesha, what is the situation looking like in Mumbai? Considering a little bit of rain, especially in low-lying areas, really spells a lot of havoc there. It is a trouble for commuters, to say the least. So, what is the situation there?
So yes, of course, there's been incessant rains in Mumbai ever since late last night. However, As of now, schools and colleges have been kept. As of now, there is no holiday declared for schools and colleges. But of course, several low-lying areas, like you rightly mentioned, including and
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree. One tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
several such locations, they've been there is waterlogging that's been experienced, and such subways have been shut. So yes, though we see that when it comes to local trains, it's the lifeline of Mumbai that in fact impacts the most. That impacts the commute most in Mumbai. As of now, those are running well, but when it comes to several low-lying areas, there is waterlogging that's already started in several parts of the city. Yes.
Right, thank you so much for that, Yesha. Let me also take this across to my colleague Vivek Gupta from News 18 India, who's with us on the broadcast. Vivek, the situation in Pune and other adjoining areas has really worsened. Orange and red alerts for Navi Mumbai as well. What is it looking like for this entire week, considering there's one more day for the schools to probably be allowed to not function because of the rain? So what are you learning in that regard?
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। देखिए पुणे में कल देर रात से काफी ज्यादा तेज बारिश हो रही है और इतनी ज्यादा बारिश होने की वजह से पुणे कलेक्टर ने डिसाइड किया है कि सभी स्कूलों को अब पुणे में बंद कर दिया गया है और पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के जितने भी आसपास के इलाके हैं वहां पर फ्लडिंग हो रही है। फ्लडिंग की वजह से रोड और घरों तक पूरा तरह से पानी भर चुका है। लोगों को काफी ज्यादा परेशानी झेलनी पड़ रही है। इसी वजह से अब पुणे कलेक्टर ने एक एडवाइजरी जारी की है और साफ तौर पे कहा है कि पूरे पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रेड अलर्ट घोषित कर दिया गया है। सभी स्कूलों को बंद कर दिया गया है, जिसके बाद जो भी इमरजेंसी काम ना हो वो अपने घरों से बाहर ना निकलें, क्योंकि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात यह है कि खड़कवासला डैम से 40,000 क्यूसेक पानी को छोड़ा जा रहा है। अगर बारिश इसी तरह कंटिन्यू रही तो पुणे के आसपास के इलाकों में और भी पानी भर सकता है। यही वजह है कि पुणे कलेक्टर ने सभी लोगों से कहा है कि कोई भी जरूरी काम ना हो तो अपने घरों से बाहर ना निकलें, गवर्नमेंट और प्रशासन की हेल्प करें और गवर्नमेंट और जो वहाँ के लोकल म्यूनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है वो अपनी पूरी कोशिश कर रहे हैं जो फ्लडिंग एरिया है वहाँ से जल्द पानी को निकाला जा सके। लेकिन अब जो स्थिति है वो ज़्यादा अच्छी नहीं दिख पा रही है। कई इलाकों में खासकर जो लो लाइन इलाके हैं पुणे और पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट के, वहाँ पे काफ़ी ज़्यादा पानी भर चुका है। जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि खड़कवासला डैम से 40,000 क्यूसेक पानी छोड़ने की वजह से जो फ्लडिंग है वो और भी होती जा रही है और पूरे पुणे डिस्ट्रिक्ट में रेड अलर्ट घोषित किया गया है।
राइट, ऑल्सो विवेक, क्या मुंबई की अगर बात करें तो क्या स्थिति है और स्पेशली लो लाइंग एरियाज के लिए क्या एडवाइजरी है?
देखिए अगर खाली मुंबई की बात करें तो सुबह 8 बजे से पहले मुंबई में येलो अलर्ट था, लेकिन कंटिन्यू बारिश होने की वजह से अब जो है वो जो येलो अलर्ट है वो ऑरेंज अलर्ट में कन्वर्ट हो चुका है। और आईएमडी के लोगों का कहना है कि सुबह 10 बजे तक ये येलो अलर्ट होगा। 10 बजे के बाद फिर से मॉनिटरिंग की जाएगी सिचुएशन को, उसके बाद कॉल लिया जाएगा कि येलो ऑरेंज अलर्ट को आगे मॉडिफाई करना है या नहीं। इसी वजह से मुंबई के भी कई इलाकों में बारिश हो रही है, खासकर जो लो लाइन इलाके हैं कुर्ला, चेंबूर, विक्रोली, घाटकोपर, इन जगहों पर वाटर लॉगिंग की थोड़ी जो शिकायतें वो आ रही हैं। लेकिन फिलहाल अगर बात की जाए तो ऑरेंज अलर्ट है। जो सबब की बात करें तो मिलन सबवे, अंधेरी सबवे, खार सबवे को बंद कर दिया गया है क्योंकि इस पूरे सबवे में
CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Prime Time Studio.
Namaste, Jai Hind and welcome to this edition of The Right Stand. I'm Anand Narsimhan coming to you live from the CNN News 18 and Federal Bank Prime Time Studios. In the current Olympic cycle, ladies and gentlemen, the government has spent 470 crore rupees across 16 disciplines. That's what Sports Minister Mansukh Mandavia has said. The centre has helped athletes by arranging the best coaching and support staff, along with undertaking a number of other steps to empower them to showcase their best efforts in Paris. Apple iPhone exports in April-June quarter of 2024-25 have hit a new milestone.